Welcome to OTIS, a premier deviation tracking and trending solution for process improvement and compliance. This demonstration of OTIS will provide an overview of its trending capabilities. We'll begin with an overview of the OTIS log itself, which is currently displayed. When a quality unit member logs into OTIS via a password, he or she sees the OTIS log, where each row is an incident, an occurrence that is being tracked. The log provides one, an overview, and two, trending tools, which we will demonstrate shortly. Though the log looks like an Excel spreadsheet, it is not used for data entry. Data entry occurs via the New and Edit buttons shown in the bottom center of the log. The From and Through date range over on the bottom left of the log lets one specify the range of dates of incidents we wish to view and or trend. The second column from the left, the status column, displays the status of each incident. OTIS assigns a status of Z to all completed and signed off incidents. That is, all the investigative steps have been completed and documented and signed off. Into the investigation, into the alphabet, the letter Z. By the way, a status of U shown in the second row designates an unsigned incident. That is, all the data are entered, but the incident is pending a final sign-off. In the bottom right, in the Hide section of the log, there is no check mark on the Hide Z option, which means that all the signed-off incidents in a given date range are visible. For trending purposes, one typically wants to include the signed off incidents, the incidents with a status of Z. We will begin trending based on the primary deviation code, code 1, shown in the fifth column from the left. These codes are totally customizable. For the currently highlighted incident, the code is ANA 0400, which is spelled out at the top of the log. When I change the row, the code at the top of the log is again updated to reflect the row that is currently being selected. One way to trend is to simply click on the column header of the column on which we want to trend. In this case, code 1. So I'm going to just click on that column header that says code 1, and when I do that, the log, OTIS sorts the log according to the selected column and color bands the incidents with the same value, with the same color, so that one can see how the incidents clump together on the specified criterion. For example, the first 6 yellow rows all share the same code, SAF0200. The 7th row is a white one. It's a one-of-a-kind code that is an orphan. Then we have 2 PSTA codes, so you can see how the color coding helps you visibly connect how these things are clumped together. More importantly, once we sort a column, sort the log on a column, in the bottom left corner, the quick count button becomes available, and when we click on the quick count, we are going to get a summary of how many times each and every one of these codes appears in the log in this date range. Note that PREA2503 is the most frequently occurring code in this particular date range. Note also that its description, that's highlighted in the quick count display, is shown at the top of the log. When I click on the next most frequently occurring one in the quick count display, PREA0906, its description again shows up at the top of the log. We are now going to change gears and look at the OTIS filtering feature. The filter button, shown in the bottom left, lets one search the log for incidents that meet certain criteria. To demonstrate, we'll filter on code 2, which is the 6th column from the left, and the code 2 is set up as a severity level code. Once again, these are totally customizable. The first row, as you can see in the top right, is a no harm severity code, and I click on the second row and you can see that it's a potential harm severity code. We will go ahead and filter on this code too, and I'll come down to the bottom left. I'll click the filter button. I will type in the CL0300, and then in the bottom right of this filter screen, I will tell it to search in the code 2 column, and then I will click apply. And when I click apply, you will see in the bottom left that we now have 654 rows in the log that have the code 2 that we want. So I'm going to click the close button, and once again, when you look down that code 2 column, they are all CL03s. We can now trend the 654 incidents on any column we wish. For demonstration purposes, we will see how the various departments, the follow-up departments in the fourth column from the left, distribute themselves across this severity code. And we will repeat what we did before. We'll simply click on the follow-up column header. The log is now sorted on the follow-up column and the quick count becomes available. And when we do that, we see that in this particular time frame, Lab 2 accounts for almost 40% of this particular severity level code. There are some other data extraction capabilities which I will mention but not demonstrate. The filter feature that we just looked at provides for specifying logical OR conditions as well as logical AND conditions. That is, we can do ORs and ANDs without actually typing the word OR or AND. The other data extraction feature is the export button shown at the bottom of the screen. This export button will export whatever is in the log, however it's filtered or however it's sorted, to Excel with just a few clicks where graphing and charting can be performed. In summary, OTIS can provide trending data with just a few clicks and no programming.